Yeah, alrighty. I've done a bunch of stuff off camera. Made a soul binder because I wanted some of these yonder, and I maybe turned up a little louder than normal. I just finished making an environmental control. Let's do pipes. I love how that's not working right. I guess I could have just pulled this out of whatchamacallit. But put that there. And what this block does is if you make these saturation modules, or just modules in general, the RFtools is pretty quickly becoming one of my favorite mods. I really like some of the stuff in it. What we gonna do? We want to look for the regeneration one. Actually, we don't have to worry about that one. That's not a big deal. The speed module just makes you run faster. They basically work like beacons, but they're a little cheaper, I guess you could put it. We don't need haste because we have it. What we do need is food regeneration. We don't need flight. We can make it peaceful, which prevents all the mobs from spawning around us. That's really not a big one. Water breathing. We're not going to be able to water in our base, and night vision we already have. So really the only one is the saturation, which recipe, I got the upgraded one, is you got to get a syringe from a zombie. So basically you take a syringe and you beat a zombie with it. So I had to do 3 of those in order to get the plus module. So what we do is right click, put it in there. It's going to take a little bit of power and make some of these effects, which it seems to be taking power than I like, but we could increase the radius to make it 100 blocks, but that is literally taking like almost all our power. Not that I believe we would even notice. Personal shrinking device. I came back into here to our original power setup to look around, and I noticed that we should upgrade these 2 diamond pipes, which I think is what I'm going to do right now. But if you can see, we're literally pulling the power out of one engine, and it's that one up there. Our entire base is running off one of these, and we have, I believe, 16 right here, so this is actually pretty useless in the grand scheme of things. This humongous setup we have going. Right. I don't know which one I'm looking at. No. Yeah. All the power is being sucked from the one generator. Lots of power. Now it's choosing that one on the end. And it's back to choosing that one on the end. There goes the power to our little station, yes. Again, most of this is all being traded out. It is pulling. I seem to sort of reset it to get all the engines to work. That's nice. Again, this setup will probably become invalid here, or not really used. Probably just leave it since it is here, just to run, you know, out the back is powering our little bits of stuff. at home. I don't think I made this on camera. An enchanted charm of dislocation, such as the recipe, which really wasn't that hard to get. Oh yeah, there's all our little places. I also went to the end because I needed some of them there. Ender noggins. Yeah. Enderman heads to make the ender resonators. Also found some ender lily seeds I don't really know what to do with just yet. I got some of those. Blah, 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 blah. I also bumped up my sword here. I pretty much gave it everything that I could give it. And this sort of helped. The looting, I believed, kind of helped with the whatchamacallums, with getting the heads I needed. I made this. Oh, and as you can see, since this is running, we have the saturation 3 buff on ourselves, so we should never be hungry in our base again. Like I said, we're still burning a ton of power. There's actually a way to look, and I'm about to show you. We are going to make, which you may have noticed, RFtools, something else from RFtools. We are going to make us some screens, which I believe I've already made. But just for the sake of saking, these are the modules for that one. I don't need that. Fluid modules, nope. Counters, nope. Redstone, nope. Machine information. You seem to use a lot of those. Where'd he go? Button now. SP. LPwM. We'll take him and the. Let's get the RF one. Put him in there. Let's get the plus. Just because that's what we likes to do up in this mofo. And we are going to shift right click on them, which doesn't work on that one. And we're going to place the screen. Let's put it right there. Let's put our text. Put our enviro monitor. Probably won't fit. Enviromon. That'll work. We're going to place that and that in there. We'll see our RF. Just link to that. RF. Now this should show. Actually, it's not going to show shot. We have a screen controller. Now this one is what powers all the screens, which I have currently right here. This one is connected to that inventory. It has an inventory module in it. Open the GUI for this module. And I have it set to 4 slots, which happen to be the start of these 4 slots. And it's a way for me to know when I need to clean out our EMC. And I like to keep it at 100 million, because why not? And this one over here is connected to that one. Just let me see what's in there. Right now, there's none. And if you right click it, they get bigger and smaller and clear. So when you first set them down, they're this size. You right click them once, they go clear. You right click them again, they get bigger, go clear, bigger, up to a 6x2. But with the condensed cobblestone being black, it makes it real difficult to see on there. See it? You gotta get like right up on it to even notice it. So anyway, once you place a screen, you need to come up here and scan, and it just found another one, which would be this one. And that's how much stored RF it has. And we could change this to Show the average, get rid of that. Show the average RF tick gain or loss. So right now you can see we are losing, I don't know, get out of my way, 80 to 25 RF a tick. Ooh. But it seems to be going back fairly fast. We could add blacklists or whatever to this, but since we're on a server, that's not important. We could actually keep this pretty low and just set it to, say, 15 blocks radius. And that should keep us fed while we're over here, I think. Maybe not. Let's try 20 blocks away. Or maybe it just resets after 20. 1918. Okay, it reset. Yeah. Anyway, if we start to get hungry, we just pop back in here and we'll get fed. Apparently this isn't a supported machine. Oh well. We'll save it for another time. The text module just simply lets you put a text in there, like all the EMC. Also made a hand glider just to get us around, and I made that because I was looking for a place to put my quarry. And from the looks of it, this one is done. This is the second quarry I ran. And we'll probably go ahead and set this up to run again. Because pretty soon we're going to start working on ore processing. We're going to use mechanism. Because I want the quadruple, at least the quadruple. Ah, stupid flowers, go away. Where's my... Can you say fast? Put that there, we'll drop that, that. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, or that. Just simply wanted some of them there. We'll do it this way. We'll put it down under the tree, a little shade spot. We need to go this way. We need to go down one. And I didn't know that the gym helmet allows you to see nodes. Aurora nodes. I just found that out recently. You know what? Where'd my hole go? I like to do these more in the desert. That's why I picked a place here. Was because then you can see when they're done, because it turns everything into dirt. So I say we set another one up. Let's do it here. Save ourselves some time. We'll go a little wider with this one. Actually, that should work perfectly. It should take this one a hot minute to get done. Boundaries are established. Put you so you dump there. Want the upgrade and they go rid of all this crap we don't want to carry. Put you back, put you back. Don't want you. Give it our speed upgrade and some power. And look how fast that thing's mining. Splendiferous. Yes, that works out great. So let's head home. Let's pop down yonder. I discovered a problem here. Also added a screen in here, and this is only monitoring the bottom one, and that's first is our first endothermic generator that gets power. So that one would be first, second, third, and fourth, and the percentage is how much EMC they have in them. There's about 5 million because I did a test run, and I know last time I burned to death. Good for him. Last time I had these backwards with redneck cables going here. Well, it turns out these will not work for some reason, and this happened a few times during a build, and I need to fix this back because I was testing with sequencers. We keep losing pearls. It just will not make the cycle, even though they are the exact same. Bottom one runs fine, middle one we usually lose the pearl on the second generator, and up here we lose it on the third one. Or fourth, yeah, second or fourth, which makes no sense to me because they are mirrored images of each other, but they don't seem to want to work right. So what I did notice was that if I hook them all together right here, my problem was that when it first started, pearls would go in there, they'd all three cycle like they're supposed to, but when they lost a pearl, instead of this one hitting the timer to reset it, this pulse was actually coming from one of the other ones up top that was still working. So basically what it would do would shoot 3 pearls out and would not shoot another pearl in any generator until all 3 had lost their pearl, which really isn't that bad. I'm okay with that, sort of. But it doesn't run as fast as it could, because it seemed like when all 3 of them started, one would run out fairly fast and it wouldn't get a chance to run again for a while. So as for now, they're going to be disabled. They're not going to be getting the pearls, just the bottom one is, until I decide how I want to fix that. And last time, also noted that this, I added me one here. Okay, I'm about to say. Staying full, and that line is still coming from up top. Seems to get its power. Okay, anyway, this wasn't keeping up. I sped it up. I gave myself this is another screen controller for the screens I've added down here. I guess I got rid of the one. I put one up there just for testing, but anyway, there's a screen here that monitors how much mob essence we have going. I reset this up because, as you can see, one of them was getting a lot more mob essence than the other, and somehow we were pumping out and losing it. So now we're not losing any, but our system is completely empty. One's staying pretty full most of the time. The other ones generally, I believe, are not getting anything. I found another way to do this, and we'll probably move to that, but it requires more EMC generation, which isn't really a problem. I moved this over because I think when these were connecting, that's where our mob essence was going and somehow just getting lost. So that's out of the way. We'll come back to what that is here in a moment, but I just wanted you to see some of the things that got redone.